Saturday, 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 Saturday night shine. Saturday, 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 Saturday night shine. Shine. Yes, Robbie. Absolute crack, mate.
We're back after a short break. It's Saturday Night Shite, the show you didn't ask for or want, but we're going to do it anyway because we're Gen X nerds, geeks, and freaks. And we've got an opinion because we live in a world today where people think that Gen X don't count. Gen X are the new boomers, and to that I say, get stuffed. We were here first. Now, one of the boys has been... yeah, Gav, that is spot on. Hello, chat, by the way. One of our team is fashionably late, but here's the rest of the girls. Our favourite Tatooine spunk rag. We love to love him, and Jabba the Slut loves him twice as much as anybody else. It's our Zeethreepio. Hello, sir.
Hello there.
Not tied up this week. When you said you were tied up for a while, I was quite perplexed. I thought literally or just, metaphorically. And
no,
you don't answer that. You don't have to answer that because, let's leave a bit of mystery and intrigue in there, shan't we,
Well, I've got to say it was my birthday last week, so I was busy at the weekend.
Yes. I am terribly sorry. Terribly sorry. Happy belated birthday, Zeethreepio. We'll catch up with you guys in the chat in just a moment. And our favourite knowledgeable knowledge base, he knows more about stuff than Susie Dent does about MFI, Internet Helpdesk, looking very, new tricky.
I think this is more classic Trek. I mean, it's built on the back of AI because I was bored. Anyway, yes, and I definitely count. I can count all the way up to 5.
Nice. Is that in Portuguese or just regular 5?
No, I mean just in general, I can count up to 5.
I've messaged Brian. Brian says, "I'll see you at 9 o'clock. I'll get myself sorted." And he's fashionably late. He's probably a little bit busy. Anyway, we've all had a bit of a small breakage. Did anybody else get away apart from me and Bri?
No. I suffer from the fact that I have 2 kids at different schools who have different holidays. So one has 6 weeks of summer holiday, one has 8 weeks of summer holiday.
Nice.
So I've got one child at home for 2 weeks, laughing at the child that still has to go to school. It's not been pleasant.
Oh
yes.
Well, in my defence, my youngest hasn't been in school for a whole year. And that's down to the local authority. But that's a different story for a different time. And little Miss Retro, she's technically in that bizarre wonderland between secondary school and further education. She's in that gap in between where you don't count on paperwork for about 8 weeks, which is great. Anyway, hello to Sword in the Storm in the chat. I think he was first. I didn't have time to check because I have been exceedingly busy. Garbage Who AI, Gav Unit, not Z3PO, RG, who says, "Wow, a streamer who's on time. Amazing." I'm not quite sure what that means. That sounds like a dig at somebody. Manuel Greel, B-roll stage crew. Hello. Great show last night. I gave it a re-rub this morning, which is great. I haven't got my children with me this weekend, which has been fantastic because I've been a man of leisure today, but I've not been lazy. Hello to Paul Dickinson as well. We've got lots of bits and bobs all lined up, ready to go tonight. We will be mainly talking about Christopher Nolan and his latest creation, which is apparently the be-all and end-all of cinema. His version of the Odyssey. And I'm a little bit perplexed by this because people are raving about this thing already and they're saying wonderful things about it. So it must be true, right? If everybody on the internet is saying what a great film it is, then surely it must be true. I found this quite interesting. Learn Latin says the gaslighting is real. You've got Christopher Nolan, who's now a progressive director, makes a film set in ancient Greece, doesn't cast a single Greek. The cast is as diverse as downtown LA. And then you've got Mel Gibson, who's labeled as a racist director, makes a film set in pre-colonial Mexico, only hires indigenous actors, and has them all speak Mayan. You couldn't make this up, could you? What do you think, Graham?
Well, thanks to some Indian counterparts, I have seen The Odyssey. As a movie, technically it's not bad. It's not great. All of the controversy about, the three main controversies they've got, which is sort of like Lupita Nyong'o, Elliot Page, and who the fuck was the other one? I've literally tried to block this out from my mind because it's just
Sorry.
No, well, anyway, between those two, they have about 12 minutes of screen time.
Really?
Which, yeah, that's...
Can I hazard a guess here that Zendaya just looks like a moody teen with a smacked arse?
Zendaya looks like she's playing Zendaya. That's seriously about it.
Can I do that voiceover in a world bloke for a second? In a world where Zendaya is Zendaya. There we go.
That is pretty much it, yeah. So, as the story goes, it takes away bits from if not many people have read the original, Odyssey, because
is it the Iliad?
Yeah, it's not exactly an easy read.
No, I can imagine.
There's lots of bits missing. If you want to understand what happens in the Iliad, I would suggest watching Ulysses 31. Fantastic anime.
Oh, that is a good call.
It's beautiful. Yep, you get it's the whole story of the Iliad, but told in the style of cartoons, and it's a lot easier to actually digest. And of course, the interpretation in "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" That weird movie with George Clooney.
I can imagine this film, watching it, being comparable to having a go at pleasuring yourself whilst reading a Mills and Boon book in the dark with no light, whilst wearing a barbed wire glove.
Imagine that, but also with chickens clucking in the background.
Nice.
Just, that's the extra bit of very non-sexy distraction. So it's not bad. It looks like piss. It's got the normal Hollywood piss filters. And
don't hold back, Graham. Don't hold back.
And the audio is really badly done.
Well, it will be because you've watched it on that internet service providing's website.
That is true. But also it's things like you hear the music, but then, I know the way it's shot, you will hear, strange muffling, but the audio, the talking was more muffled than it should be. So I don't know what it's going to look like in the theater. If anyone's seen it, is the talking audio as terribly badly mixed as I think it is?
So there's a lot of muffing in this particular production then?
Pretty much. There's also no one who you really want to do muffing with. It's quite bad. They also did butcher the story. Right, okay. So there's this whole thing about Odysseus saying that his name is nobody. This is in the original. Yeah, he says his name is nobody. And then when he has a fight against the Cyclops is screaming out, "Help, nobody is attacking me," which is why he gets no aid and Odysseus gets to kill him. That could be quite fun. Completely missing. Totally missing out of this one. And, the whole wooden horse thing, yes, it's fine, but it's just, I don't know. This movie is missing quite a lot. And it's by the end, you don't feel anything. You're sort of like, oh, it's over now. And it's 3 hours. It's 3 very long hours.
Gav Unit says, and he's Barry Hercules from Starfleet. He says, any bumming?
No, but you'll really wish there was.
RG makes a good point here. Movies haven't had proper sound mixing for at least 20 years. The thing is, Nolan has really bad sound in all of his films. I haven't watched, and I refuse to watch anything by this idiot since Interstellar. What a terrible, 1 minute you can hear, hey, all right. Matthew McConaughey being Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
And then you've got Hans Zimmer on a church organ and you can't hear anything. Your ears start bleeding. Z, what's your take about this whole Odyssey? Odyssey.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing about the Odyssey is everybody who's glazing Nolan's cock in this is all citing the Rotten Tomatoes score. And I have a lot to say about Rotten Tomatoes.
I haven't trusted Rotten Tomatoes since The Last Jedi.
Exactly right. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes here, you can see it's got an audience score of 97%, whilst IMDb has got it at 8.3, Metacritic has got it at 5.3, and Criticless has it at 48%. So let's just put things into context here. The verified audience scores are through Fandango for tickets purchased. Now, Fandango is owned by NBC Universal and Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And who produced and distributed the Odyssey? That's right, it was Universal Pictures.
Are you saying there's a conflict of interest?
There's definitely a conflict of interest. Do you remember that they removed 50,000 user reviews for Captain Marvel in 2019 and then permanently stuck The Last Jedi at 82%? Where it has not moved for over 6.5 years, which is a statistical impossibility.
Indeed. I've also noticed that, there's 358 professional reviews and 2,500 verified reviews. If this movie is insanely popular, there should be a lot more of both of those.
Absolutely, there should be,
there are some, big movies that have hundreds of thousands of reviews. 2.5 is not enough.
Let's not forget that Rotten Tomatoes is the same site that has The Woman King at an audience score of 99%, which is 1% away from literal perfection.
I think secretly, and this might never come out in the wash, but I severely think a certain mouse might have a lot to do with this website. Violetta says in the chat, Rotten Tomatoes are also checking reviews before showing them, and I don't doubt that one bit.
A lot of ex-users have actually reported problems with posting their reviews. So there's definitely some jiggery fuckery going on.
Indeed.
I can well imagine. I think they're just trying to protect, Hollywood revenues. Come on, I want to see some of these reviews.
Let's not forget on Rotten Tomatoes that to get a fresh rating, it just has to be higher than 50%.
Really?
That's how it becomes fresh. So it could be they all say 51% and it's classed as fresh.
I'll tell you something, their website's running very slow.
I think everyone.
Well, now you're going to say it.
And I clicked the link to go to the full review, and it wanted to take me to a video, which is not what I asked for. So why is that aggregating? An amazing cast that worked really great together. The story was brilliantly told by Christopher Nolan. He's not told it. He hasn't told the story. He's just, recorded it. That's all he's done. He's sat there in his suit and gone, yes, that's great. And the director of photography has come in and done the real job. Nolan just goes, well, I'm going to give you a Post-it note and walk away, and I'll let you ponder on the Post-it note.
Oh, this is something I didn't say. It felt like there was bits missing when I watched it. It was, it was the 3 hours, but it feels like there was bits that was missing. So I would not be surprised if the streaming version comes out at 4 hours.
Yeah.
I checked. The only reason I think it's 3 hours is because that is the maximum amount of time you can have in an IMAX screen, because the size of the film, it just gets too big and heavy to actually deal with.
I don't know who Bobby Loops is. If somebody knows who Bobby Loops is, can you put them in touch with me? Because I want to give whoever Bobby Loops is the biggest cock knock in history. He says here at 4.5 stars, verified. It's a spectacle on the grandest scale in a world that feels real and lived in. Every frame in IMAX.
Well, lived in if you live in California, perhaps.
Bobby Loops, I hope you get crabs. And I don't mean the ones at the seaside. I hope you get pubic lice from hell. And I hope they migrate into your bumhole for the summer. If anybody knows Bobby Loops, I'm putting a price on his head. The biggest cock knock in history. Just look at this. Though. Some of the. You've got Christopher Nolan, smug twat. Matt Damon. Yeah. Tom Holland. We ought to just call him ubiquitous, because he's pretty much ubiquitous now in Hollywood. And he comes free. Get one Tom Holland. Get Zendaya free. Yeah. And then the only redeeming quality here is Anne Hathaway, who's now with child. Congratulations, Anne Hathaway. I'm really disappointed you turned my seed down. I would have gladly given you an infusion. Robert, Cuprinol Pattinson. And Lupita Nyong'o.
Bongo.
Does anybody know who she is?
Yeah, she's from Black Panther, and didn't she also voice Roz in The Wild Robot?
Oh, right.
No idea.
Yeah.
She looks quite a tasty young lady, but I've never heard of her, to be fair.
But this entire movie is based on the translation from Emily Wilson's 2017 version of The Odyssey, which is an intersexual feminist nightmare.
Yeah. I mean,
you've got Matt Damon and Anne Hathaway again. We mentioned Interstellar.
Yeah.
But Damon just looks crap. I mean, I'm trying not to be sweary anymore. But I don't know. They could have picked somebody far better.
Yeah.
I think because he was in Oppenheimer, everybody gets 2 with Christopher Nolan. Do you think that might be he seems to, he gets a bit like Joe Dante in some respects, doesn't he? Starts having his little circle of actors.
He does have his favorites that I think he likes working with. I am of the theory that he's doing this just as Oscar bait. It's literally he's doing it just to win Oscars because I think he's going to retire and he wants to go out having won, major Oscars, and then he'll just do the talk circuit.
Hello to a few more people who've joined us in the chat. Hello, Atom Gray. Cracking show last night. Did anybody else watch B-Sides on the re-rub?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
That's good. Very good. Who else have we got? Manuel Creel, who says, this looks quite interesting. Whenever we had to write a fluff article because sales got a big advertiser like Paramount on board, we wrote using pseudonyms, usually the most idiotic names we could come up with.
Which is, I would say that's quite true because I can't find anyone called Bobby Loops anywhere.
I really want to punch that, whoever it is. I don't know. In the a muff punch or a cock knock. Cartoon Man says, have you seen Anne signing autographs with a well-displayed cleavage?
I have. I love that video.
She will do that. Hello, Franco. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Who else? I think that's everybody up to press.
I did find a very amusing synopsis of The Odyssey. Shall I read it to you?
Go on.
Oh, please.
Jason Bourne has been lost at sea for years. His wife, Catwoman, is desolate and being coveted by Batman. Bourne's son, Spider-Man, went to look for his father with the help of the Punisher, which I think pretty much sums it up.
That's pretty
I'm
good.
disappointed now. Sword in the Storms kind of sank my battleship. Bobby Loops is a bot.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Violetta says her forehead still doesn't move. Well, she won't do, but I bet she's one of those the lizard reptilians. Oh, better late than never. Our token focus for tonight being fashionably late is producer Brian. Good evening, Brian.
Hello, gentlemen. Many apologies, a few technical issues there. I thought I wasn't going to get invited on. I was going to just loiter in the background there in case I'd upset your programming.
No, you're producer Brian. You are a part of the team. The only person who I couldn't invite was Swappers because his account's been hacked.
Oh, dear.
I was going to say, I did speak to Swappers earlier. He's visiting family today anyway, so we wouldn't be able to make it.
Right. Has he sorted his account out? Because he never got back to me. I said, have you got your account back yet? And I was met with silence and static.
He still does not have his account back. He does have his Star Wars Retold authoring account, so you can poke him on there.
Yeah. I did see you dropping a hint or two, but I was rather occupied
I don't blame
at the moment. I have a lot of stress in my personal life, but my personal life will remain just that. We're here to be geeks, nerds, and freaks, and I'll stick with that. Hello, Brian. How are you diddling? How was your little holiday, Bobs?
It wasn't too bad at all. I've got a wee bit of colour about me for which is quite good for a Scotsman, considering, as Billy Corn would say, we spend the first week of the holidays just about blue, and then we eventually become white after a few weeks of tanning. So yes, a nice little break, lads.
Hey, I just realised Christopher Nolan's dropped the ball. Looking at that picture from IMDb's made me realise no Anya Taylor-Joy in this one.
Well, thank goodness for that.
I don't know. I'm sort of. I wasn't a big fan of hers, and I'm kind of. I think it's because she looks like the creature from Splice.
She does. That's exactly what she looks like. Yeah. It's not her fault, but at the same time, I don't really want to see her on the TV too much or the cinema. Whatever.
I don't know. As a single man now, I'd quite.
Isn't there like a rat up drain pipe, Trev? Is that what you're saying, lad?
I'm looking at women how Coyote looks at the Roadrunner.
And a bit as much chance of catching them as well, Trev.
Yeah. I've got, at the moment, I couldn't catch AIDS in San Francisco. That's how bad my luck is at the moment. Even if I went round with my back doors on full display, I don't think I'd get any takers. Nobody wants to bum the token fatty, though, do they? To be fair.
Oh, I do.
Oh, are you a chub choicer? Do you like a bit of chubsy? Do you like something you can hold on to?
I do, yeah. Give it a good old slap and ride the ripples in.
Have you got any black boot polish?
What?
Have you got any black boot polish?
Why would I have black boot polish?
Well, if you colour one of your teeth in and just like dress like you're decorating, I'll pretend to be Ned Beatty and you can be the hillbilly. I'll put some white Y fronts on with a skid mark on the back just for you.
Boy,
Someone play dueling banjos in the background.
Yeah, you can make me squeal like a piggy.
So getting back to the movie before we get completely derailed. See this lovely boat in the background. Nolan was doing everything absolutely authentically by getting a
carved it himself.
No, it's a Viking longboat.
Is it?
Rather than a Greek trireme, it's a Viking longboat.
And a trireme? That sounds like something Z charges triple for.
It's a specific type of boat that they had in Greece, which was the warships. But no, a Viking longboat was not made in Greece, or in fact in that time period at all.
Apparently, there's no Greeks in this film whatsoever.
There isn't. Yes, the people of Greek are very annoyed about that.
Let's see. Christopher Nolan doesn't do what he says on the tin. Instead of being authentic, he's gone to be a Hollywood pleaser.
Yeah.
And yet, according to the internet now, everybody's loving this film. 8.3 out of 10 on IMDb. And it's ranked number 1 on IMDb too. So what the blooming heck is going off?
I can't wait for the marketing budget to run out.
Do you think that's all this is? It's fake it till you make it.
Yeah, I reckon they're pumping it up.
I mean, when you consider that Cambodian-based cyber fraud systems make 19 billion annually, which is the equivalent of 40% of their gross domestic product, assigning a bot army to give this positive reviews doesn't seem that far-fetched.
I mean, they did it for Supergirl, so why not for this? This is a bigger movie. This movie needs to make a hell of a lot of money to, turn a profit. So they're pulling out all the stops.
Gap After Dark's joined us too. Hello, everybody.
Even then, that doesn't make it a great movie when you consider something like, I don't know, Avatar: The Way of Water. That grossed 2.32 billion globally. Nobody fucking talks about that film at all.
Yep. Sweary words.
I know. But apparently it's the third highest grossing film of all time. So, that doesn't make it good. The only thing that I'm worried about is if this film does turn a quite decent profit, it's going to open the doorway for lots of inauthentic retellings of classic stories.
Ulysses 32 next.
Yeah. Or Black Moses.
Name down on the sweary list. See, there we go.
I think Nolan would have been better trying to make Ulysses 31 than this. I don't like this kind of strange present day inclination it's got going on. It's just this one is kind of so present day inclined. You can't really tell when you've reached the 1X bet advert, so you're still watching the movie. It's just fucking, I don't know, I can't get into it at all.
But anybody who criticised this is immediately labelled a right-wing chud or a barista, which is quite weird because I've never voted right-wing in my entire life. Nor am I a grifter because I don't earn anything from these appearances. I do it out of the goodness of my heart.
Yeah.
So I'm not in it for the cash.
Now then,
2017 again. See,
if you had to pick which Nolan you could do, you've got a choice here: Linda, Christopher, or Colleen.
Which one's got a pulse?
Colleen. Although that name kind of puts me off, it always reminds me of colon.
Colon, yeah, that again.
I like it out on IMDb. It says writers: Christopher Nolan, Homer. I didn't write this. No! Sorry, I can't do a Homer Simpson. And people don't like my impressions, so get stuffed. I definitely won't be watching this, even if I do find a copy on the old internet service providings.
I don't find Christopher Nolan movies that good. Even his Dark Knight trilogy is a bit vapid. I think I've only watched the entire trilogy twice, once at the cinema and once at home. I just can't get to grips. They look beautiful, don't get me wrong. They look fantastic. And they're very, very well produced in many cases. But I just don't gel with him at all.
You can have all the money in Hollywood and chuck it all at the wall and make everything look good. But that's only superficial. You know, if the director's a pretentious twat and he's pandering to everybody now, which he clearly is, because he's not flying the Greek flag in this, he's flying the rainbow flag. And a lot of my friends who are flag users, rainbow flag users, the original users, you know, the original two groups of people are quite pissed off that the flag's been commandeered by so many useless things that don't speak for them. Funny that. It can't all be wrong.
Often the case. But welcome back to Internet Helpdesk.
Thank you.
Sorry, I sneezed and hit the close button.
Producer Brian, could you do me a favour? If you see any remarkably interesting comments, can you stick them up on the screen for me? Because I'm juggling that many plates at the moment. I feel like I'm kind of Greek myself.
Sure, no worries. I'll file them up, and if you choose to read them, you read them. If you don't, you don't. How's that sound?
That's marvellous. I appreciate that. Thank you. So I'm not particularly looking forward to this because obviously it's the Hollywood hype machine at the moment. 8.3 out of 10 on IMDb. I'll just go back over to Rigged Tomatoes. 95% fresh from the critics. 97. We haven't had this in forever because everybody's quite astute as moviegoers, and they don't normally do this on Rigged Tomatoes. This is obviously bullshit.
Yep.
Sword says his take on Batman was shit. Yes, true. I agree with that. Sword's got another comment down below, Brian. He's put, Snyder did a better Batman, and he's a C-nut. See you next Tuesday.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
I mean, the only good thing about the Nolan trilogy has got to be Heath Ledger. And, I mean, he steals the show and makes the middle movie absolute perfection. But...
Oh, you're on about that one. I thought you were on about Brokeback Mountain for a moment.
No, not at all.
Oh, dear.
That's got
I must admit, he's the first Batman movie.
I thought you were going to special about Brokeback Mountain, then, Brian.
No. The first the first Batman movie in 2005 has got a special place in my heart. I must have watched it a million times. I do like. For the most part, I like Nolan's films, but I wouldn't exactly say I'm a super fan. I always feel as if there's a little. They're good, but there's always a little something somewhere missing that I can never quite put my finger on it. But
I only like Burton Batman films.
Right. But I loved Oppenheimer. I thought Oppenheimer was a crank film.
Oh, I thought that was boring. It really didn't float my boat.
I didn't like the way it was structured. I thought there was some bits missing that should have been in, I think. But again, Christopher Nolan, little problems here and there. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good film.
I honestly think the reason why Oppenheimer did really well was because of Barbie, because the whole Barbenheimer thing. And I reckon you had people who wouldn't normally have watched it actually going to see it so they could say they did the Barbenheimer.
Possibly.
Now, that's a bit of a theory. We don't have to agree with it, but it's still interesting all the same. But Matt Damon, I don't think he's got the chops to carry this role. You know, I think they could have picked somebody far
I
better.
think almost none of the cast had the chops to carry the role they were
Yeah.
given. This was an epic. This is something that was supposed to be, on the par of, some of the greatest movies ever made. If anyone has ever seen Ben-Hur, they had, it was listed as having a cast of thousands. They had a chariot race where they actually said, whoever wins, we will give you real money. So they could actually have a proper violent chariot race. It's amazing to watch. If you haven't seen Ben-Hur, do go and see it. And, it's supposed to be on that sort of level. Nolan, I do not believe, can make a movie like that. It looks like a Nolan movie. It doesn't look like an epic.
I think that one of the main problems is right there. Elliot Page.
Haircut. Just a haircut.
And also 5 foot. Did you see Elliot Page walking around in it? Elliot Page looked like she stole her big brother's shirt. Or, Elliot Page looks like that teenager whose mum took them to Matalan and said, we're going to buy you your first suit so you can get a job. If you've never been in that situation.
Hey, I just realised the character's name's Sign On. I reckon after this film, she'll be signing on. If you're not English, you might not get that joke. Signing on is our equivalent to being on welfare. There we go.
In his previous incarnation, I fancied the hell of Ellen.
Do you know the only thing I really enjoyed her in, and this is a horrible film, is she was Bolty in that Rainn Wilson film. Was it The Bolt?
Oh Christ, I can't remember the name, but I know the one you mean. But she was also, and you're supposed to say he now. Was Jim Leahy's daughter, played Jim Leahy's daughter in Trailer Park Boys as well.
Really?
Back in the day. Yeah, she was just a kid.
Yeah.
Actually fitted quite well as Kitty Pryde in X-Men.
Oh God. Another Hollywood twat and a half. John Leguizamo. He's just Sid the Sloth. When he dies, that's all it'll say on his grave, he was Sid the Sloth. And he doesn't have to do that voice. He's just, I don't know, he tries to get everywhere by playing on the fact that he's a Latino actor.
Oh, but he's quite happy to accept the role that's meant to be for a Greek in a film with no Greeks in it.
Yeah. If I may,
Yes,
Trev. Melvin deeply corrects us by saying Super was the movie. But do you know John Leguizamo is, if I've got to say favourite, maybe I'll say least despised role that he was in was Spawn. He was actually pretty good. Pretty good in Spawn.
I don't know. He was quite good as Luigi Mario in the Mario movie from 1993.
You've made me swear now. That film is dog milk. It's absolute dog milk.
Oh, yes, it is. It's absolutely shit. But come on.
Let me just go down. Yeah, he was clown, wasn't he? I remember now.
Yeah.
Moulin Rouge, Toulouse-Lautrec. Yeah, that's about the size of it. He's been in 171 things.
My God, really? He was in that Santa Claus movie, wasn't he? Years back.
Let me
Not
just
bad, Santa.
Through.
Welcome to people who are almost 50 not being able to remember any of films.
The joys. Right. You know, when you, for those of us who hit 45, and it's in the rearview mirror now, did you notice at 45 you developed a thing called SPS?
No, what is that?
Sudden piss syndrome, where you just, oh no, I really need to go. Right?
Oh, do you mean the pre-wee-wee?
Maybe so. And then when you got into your 50s, right, it suddenly turns, SPS becomes sudden poo syndrome. I know this might be too much information to some people, but I hate this. It's like, if I think about eating a sandwich, I like get oh God, what's it called? Oh God. Prescient poo syndrome.
May I sum it up? Basically, you end up sneezing and you expect the news, but you get the weather.
Like that. I must admit, shortage is becoming a fearful worry for me these days.
I've been like that since I was in my late 20s, so that's because I had IBS and terrible bouts of food poisoning when I was younger, and I've been right since. So that's
I blame Taco Bell.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking of which, have you heard about Taco Bell? Oh my God. 1,600
lettuce.
people have explosive diarrhea in America because of Taco Bell. They've traced it back to a parasite in the lettuce.
Really?
Oh God.
Oh yeah. It's not good. I mean, well done, Americans, for introducing
Trying
vegetables
salad.
into your diet, but no, Taco Bell's absolutely screwed. I mean, Taco Bell did make you shit anyway, but explosive shit is where they draw the line.
It's funny how we're talking about a Nolan movie and then we end up talking about explosive shit. Is it very absolutely seamlessly somehow?
Has
They seem to go together well.
anybody tried the new Evil Dead movie, Evil Dead Burn?
No.
No. Anybody watch the live action Moana?
No, I've seen the animated version. Isn't it exactly the same, only worse?
It is. Someone's done a shot for shot comparison, and it seems to be almost exactly the same. The songs are exactly the same. Just the live action version is not as animated as the animated version. By that I mean they don't jump around and do dancing like the animated version does.
Oddly enough, the film I've enjoyed the most this month, and you'll laugh at this, Minions and Monsters.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
I actually enjoyed that. Yeah. I mean, it's getting a bit tired now. The whole Minion thing after Despicable Me is getting a little bit worse for wear. But Chris Maladandri, or Maladandro for whatever his name is, he did a pretty good job of it, to be honest. And it was quite a good story. And it's very rare now that my kids don't turn around and go, that was shit. And they didn't say that about this.
It's one of the more tolerable things you can put on for the kids and sit and watch. Because most things would drive you off your head, but when you're sitting playing that, and they work better as little background characters doing little funny things in the background, because you're not really paying attention or watching it. Being a father, you just see these little things and it keeps you amused for a while.
Well, why? Just moving on, movies wise, I've got to go and see a Brand New Day on the 29th. It's my eldest boy's birthday. He's 28. And he wants to go and see that because it's the fourth standalone MCU Spider-Man film. Apparently directed by Destin Daniel Cretton. And let's see if he turns into Cretin. See what I did there?
Yeah, I will also be seeing that with my son.
Really?
Yeah.
And they've got a token Ginge in this.
Have they?
Yeah.
Wow. Progressive Hollywood.
They have indeed. Sadie Sink from Stranger Things.
Oh, yes, they have, haven't they?
Yeah.
Although no one knows who she's playing yet, do we?
Oh, no. I know this is not an MCU, technically, because it's Sony, isn't it? But they've got Mark Ruffalo in there as Bruce Banner, unfortunately.
Yes,
He's
they do.
disappeared up his own backside terribly in the last 10 years. I quite liked him. As Bruce Banner / Hulk in the very first couple of outings, but he's...
oh, my God, I thought that was Daley Thompson there. Trammell Tillman as Bill. I thought that was like looking at it. Daley Thompson's Decathlon for the Commodore 64.
I love that game.
Hey, Michael Mando's in this. I thought it was great in Better Call Saul.
Yeah, but the only trouble is, I think he's an actor. We're going to see him as his character in Better Call Saul. That's the only thing.
Yeah. John Bernthal as Frank Castle, Punisher. I actually think him and, what's his name? Thomas Jane are the best two Punishers. I'm not counting Dolph Lundgren.
That would make a good Just Great Movies, the first Punisher movie. I love that film. It's so good.
Hang on a minute. When you say the first one, are we talking Thomas Jane or Dolph Lundgren?
This technically the second one, the 2004 version.
There we go. I just thought I'd pull you up on that one.
Yeah.
In fact, I could do the first one on Just Bad Movies.
Yes, one week.
Oh, that'd be nice. Two films.
Oh, didn't we say we were going to do? And I think this was on your recommendation, Z. That we're going to do. Is it Dark Angel or We Come in Peace?
Yeah, We Come in Peace. I love that movie.
Yeah, that looks quite interesting. To be fair, what's happening with Jacob Batalon now as Ned? Because he looks like a penis.
Mel Patton baldness.
He's a cone head. Let me make that bigger. Let me see if that.
Oh dear,
he's become a cone head. I wish they'd knob off with these stupid. Yeah, all you need is Dan Aykroyd next to him.
Watch the copyright thing here, Trevor. You might want to minimise that window.
Oh yeah. I got done with that last time. Oh look, Zendaya as in a world where Zendaya is Zendaya.
No, I thought the last movie
Travel Hillman
kind of
as
closed
Daley
the door.
Thompson. Sorry, Z, I talked all over you there.
Yeah, I thought the last movie like closed the door on that as a trilogy and was pretty good. But he just seems to want to go back to doing the same thing again. And let's have some new characters. Let's have a proper MJ, or let's have a Gwen Stacy. Why do we have to keep having this Michelle Jones character turn up?
Who the hell's that? Marvin Jones III as Tombstone.
Blimey.
Marvin Jones III, didn't he play? I forget what the character was. Tobias Whale in Black Lightning.
I didn't see that.
He looks like that fella that had the albinism from fucking Big Brother. Was it Big Brother 2007 or 2008?
Isn't he an albino black guy?
He looks the same.
Oh, God.
Looks like him.
I remember that.
He looks Swedish, to be fair. That's why I asked about the name. Eman Esfadi as MJ's boyfriend. Who her?
Eman Esfadi.
Oh dear. I wish I could make. And let me see if I can zoom right in, because this is. Because I don't actually want to go into the pictures too bad, because.
I think this movie suffers from the fact it's trying to keep them all at the same age. You know, it's trying to say sort of like they're all still young, hip, and just fresh out of school and university and stuff. But they're getting so much older now, and I don't think the script takes that into account. So it's starting to feel less and less relevant.
Do you know, I'm getting increasingly naffed off with some of these websites. They're so up their own arse at the moment, and their own self-importance is, they stop you from like making a picture bigger because, oh no, it's that page.
Yeah, that's annoying, isn't it? Spending a grand on a device.
Camel Tillman. That's we've got to do that now. Daley Thompson Decathlon in cinemas this August.
Shake your joystick for Travel Tillman.
Running for his life.
By repeatedly going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Do you remember the art of joystick wanking on the Commodore 64?
Yeah,
I remember on the Atari.
It had button mashing now, but we had joystick wanking back in the day.
It was the Amiga 500 Plus, and the joysticks were the ones you actually held in your hand with one button and then the joystick on top. And I snapped more than one of them playing things like the Decathlon games.
Oh,
we had to sort of like smack left, right, and press the button. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was
I broke my Quick Shot and my TAC2 joysticks.
Did you ever break a cheetah?
No, I never had one.
Oh, they're all good joysticks.
You need the old-fashioned, the old Atari one for doing that game, for playing Daley Thompson Decathlon. That was
weirdly, I think the only controller I never broke was my old Mad Catz third-party controllers.
Really?
That's a name you probably haven't
now.
heard.
They're not as robust as what I mean. Fair enough. There's more to them technically inside. Back in the day, our gaming was harder, and I think the hardware was more substantial. I think they over-egg everything now on purpose so it breaks.
Yeah.
Oh, Gavian, it says zip stick. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can go better than that. I had an Apple IIe. It didn't have a joystick. It had paddles, which meant you could use one for going left and right and a different one for going up and down. That was a nightmare.
Oh, get lost. I am going to have to get. I know they say, oh, don't use ad blockers. You're killing the internet. I think it's going to have to be a thing.
I mean, ad blockers are so Brave browser. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah. I don't know. Sadie Sink's the token ginge in Hollywood. And I didn't think she was, I mean, what is she, 12?
She must be 24.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Holland is 30 now. He still looks about 16.
Yeah. I think that's what they like in Hollywood now. Actors, the very Peter Pan. It probably appeals to a certain type of casting agent. I don't know. Yes. I don't like it. See, this is the thing. It might just be me, but when an actor or actress looks too young, I'm like, not really my thing. Thank you very much. It might appeal to some people, and that's entirely up to them. But that's something I wouldn't necessarily seek out You know,
Indeed.
I like older ladies. You know, I call them silver foxes. You know, an all grey muff. It's quite an appealing thing at my stage of life. Sorry, guys. I know that was probably TMI for you all.
That is too much information. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry.
He sits on them websites, you know, the Barely 81 websites.
I like a gigilf. Anybody into gigilfs?
Gills.
Yeah. Great grandmas I'd like to frolic with.
Have a nice cup of tea. Be friendly.
Oh, Brian's noped out now. Sorry. Anybody hear about the 400 million Dutch lawsuit and the 2 billion UK case against Sony?
Oh, was this about the physical media thing?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Brian, can't you add yourself to the studio, even though you're a mod? Hello, Brian.
I think his mic's gone. Oh, he's muted. He's got his mute icon on.
Aha. Thank you.
Probably swearing at his microphone.
Anyway, it's the same core accusation, different currency of outrage, I'm afraid. Use the Sony alone decides what a game costs, quote, as the emotional anchor. And it's all about GTA 6, disc in a box. And, two of the biggest games agreeing that ownership is now a suggestion. So that's a big thing. And not only that, it's not looking good for Xbox. Anybody hear about the massive layoffs? Microsoft confirmed on July 6th it's cutting 3,200 jobs, roughly a fifth of its entire division in what CEO Asher Sharma calls the most significant restructuring in Xbox history. And it's part of a wider, nearly 5,000 job cut across Microsoft. That's about 2.1% of its total workforce. Not good if you're one of those people.
Indeed. I do have a little bit of knowledge about that. I do have Xbox, and I did for a while do a stint as an Xbox ambassador. So I actually had, it's one of those ones. It was a non-committal role, but you got free Game Pass every now and again from doing it. It was quite good stuff. They've got 5 studios that they've just actually let go, even though they purchased them. They've now become independents again. Yeah, which is going to be weirdly interesting, I think. And I don't know, because after the whole Sony announcement, Xbox did announce that if you have a disc and you put it in your machine, the license goes onto your hard drive and you get the game. If you then sell that disc, the next person to put it in their machine, they get the license. So it transfers from machine to machine with the disc as proof that it's been bought. So in theory, the license will just travel around, but it won't stop the game from being delisted.
Yeah. I like how added insult to injury, right? Sharma's announced all these layoffs, but they put the price of the Game Pass up again.
They put the price of Game Pass up, and there was so much outcry and so many cancellations, they put the price down again. That made me laugh. But yeah, my best response to this, have you seen GOG's response?
I haven't. Care to elaborate?
GOG.com, good old games. They basically take old games and they let you buy them and download them. They say that all the games have an offline installer. You can go onto the site, get the offline installer, download it, write it to a disk, and keep it. That's it. The game is yours. I love that.
That is very good, and it's just digital greed at this point.
It is. It's ones and zeros. There's nothing special about it anymore.
Sony and Xbox and Nintendo are guilty of this as well. All seem to think that they're the be-all and end-all. GOG rocks. I'd forgotten about that. Hello, Flav.
Oh, they're brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, it's lucky for me, the games I play, you can download them and play them at your will, because nobody gives a crap, because all the copyrights have expired.
Yes, abandonware.
How old my game is.
Right, there is a website called Abandonware, and if nobody claims a game, you'll generally find it on there, and you can just download it and play it. And there's some really good ones that are just sort of like out of license, or what a lot of companies do is they break up game licenses. So someone gets, say, the soundtrack, someone gets the characters, another person gets the gameplay elements, and then it's impossible to actually release a sequel to it. which is what happened with Time Splitters.
Hmm.
Massively
Millennium
good
says-
trilogy. They never
Just-
made a fourth one.
Sorry, Graham. I mean,
Sorry.
Eminem says GOG games are excellent until they get bought up by a bigger company and it all goes to pot. And I like what's doing the rounds again. If you don't own it, then piracy isn't theft.
Yep, you
You
can't
know?
steal it if you don't own it.
Mm.
Yep.
And it's true, you know, and companies like Sony are going to be a victim of their own greed
Yeah.
because people always find a way to circumvent somebody else's aspirations of world domination and greed. Because let's face it, we don't like it as consumers when companies decide that we're just stupid.
Yeah.
And then
But-
people take matters. There's always somebody smarter.
Which is the reason I reckon they're not releasing GTA 6 on PC straight away. Because if it was out on PC, you'd have hackers and modders making it freely available within a day.
Yeah.
Because GTA 5, I think, was 6 hours after release.
Really?
Thank you
God.
to Sweden and Finland for those contributions to modern day gaming, because they're normally straight on it. Do you remember all the
Yeah.
best stuff that got cracked on the Amiga back in the day? It was always from either Swedish or Finnish hackers.
You see, for me, it was always Jurassic. They always seemed to get all the stuff I liked.
I used to like, as a crack team, H2O were some of my favorites back in the day. They mainly did a lot of the music software and stuff like that. And they used to do like old Commodore 64 loader intros. You know, while your software was installing, you get like
you get the little MIDI track in the background
Yeah.
and all the wiggly letters flying across the screen. I
Yeah.
remember those, yeah.
Oh man, I still like watching those. In fact, there's channels on YouTube dedicated to Amiga loaders.
Yeah.
But some of the Commodore 64 stuff, the crack stuff was great. But when you got like an overload game or a fast loader running, and it was like, you know, the background flashing enough to set you off having an epileptic fit, even if you weren't epileptic, you know? And then you
Yeah.
get these crack loaders, and they were just fantastic. In fact, a lot of people used to just swap the intros. instead
Yeah,
of
there was a very
Yeah.
big demo disc scene back in the 90s.
Yeah.
I
Do you know-
loved my demo discs back then.
There is still a very big demo scene culture, you know? And I'm trying to... what's that one I watch? Oh, my God, it's like over an entire weekend. Oh, bloody hell. I tell you something. I know what I'm trying to say, but I can't get it out, and I know it's in there. I will remember. It's normally in one of the Eastern, like not Eastern European countries, but like one of the Northeastern European countries. God, what's it called? Oh, God, I've got like a couch scene or something going through my head. Oh, man. Did anybody else get in that now? The pre-senior moments.
I know that sometimes, I mean, I have a spicy brain anyway, but I get to the point where I'm talking about something and then my brain sorts of drifts off. And then, you know, I get stuck kind of in the middle of the ocean, end up on a Mediterranean island where I sit and have a drink. And where was I?
On a Mediterranean island, having a drink.
Oh, I'd love to. Make mine a
Revision, that's it. An assembly. They're the two
Oh,
I
yeah.
watch. I've looked it up. Assembly Summer normally in Helsinki, Finland. And that and Revision are usually, they've got their own like streaming net channel for the entire event.
Very cool.
And it really, honestly, you just lock yourself in for the weekend. And I'm hoping this year it's on a weekend where I don't have the squids. And that's not...
I've been talking away like a fanny for the last 5 minutes, not realising I was on mute.
It's not just me then, eh? Isn't that nice? What can you guys not hear going off in the background?
I heard
What
a
do you
dog.
mean?
No thudding up and down stairs every 2 minutes.
Ah.
Nice.
Child free this weekend.
Fair.
Oh, lucky.
I know. It's grand. I did try and have a lay-in, and I did kind of succeed. I didn't get up till 7:45 this morning, which is
Wow.
good because I don't know why, whether it's because the sunlight's up early, but I've developed this like 5 a.m. wake up every morning, and I hate it. because I normally, get myself in bed for about 11. I like to be consistent because I do like sleep these days. Hey, this just shows you how old I've become. I'm really excited. Do you know why I've been excited today?
Do tell.
Because I bought new cotton bedding for my bed.
Oh, lovely.
Hey, it's not bad, I've got a super king size bed all to myself now.
Is it Egyptian
Starfish?
cotton?
Starfish, not a chocolate one, no.
No.
Egyptian, I don't know.
I've had Egyptian cotton, man. See, with the first 35 washes before you can get into it properly. It's a nightmare. It's like sandpaper until you get in.
Manivernum says, are you in a new house? No, but the local authority are working on getting me out of this one. I thought that was pretty much sorted, but I'm getting a lot of visits.
He's Harry Pottering it at the moment, stuck under the stairs.
Well, yeah, I am under the stairs.
Yeah.
But like I say, they want me out of this house. They seem to think I'm a single man living in an under-occupancy home, and it's not, because I have joint custody of my kids, and that's all on paper.
Yeah.
And this has been my kids' home for the last 15 years. In fact, this home has been home to one of my children all his life. Well, that's a story for another time.
No.
But they don't seem to realise that I've got a very big ace up my sleeve. And I'm not saying anything. I'm keeping it all under wraps. But...
Have you get some of that lettuce from that Taco Bell place and you're going to send it to them?
No. I want to send them a box full of cat shit.
Oh, lovely.
No.
Where would you find cat shit, Trev?
Oh.
Any sauces?
I love that story about... Have you heard the one about Carl Pilkington and he's talking about cat shit?
No, go.
No.
Oh, I don't know, but somebody put cat shit through my letterbox. Oh, I love the Carl Pilkington. I could listen to him for hours. In fact, we were talking about Carl Pilkington off air, weren't we, Z?
We were indeed, yes. He sounds very much like somebody we used to know.
That is an interesting song, but I don't like playing it on the radio. Someone that I used to know. Which reminds me of those crabs that Floopy Bloops ought to get, or whatever the fuck his name was. Oh, I swore. I'm trying
Cole Pilkington did An Idiot Abroad. That was just an April Fool's joke that went on too long.
I agree.
Yeah. No, it really was. Ricky Gervais actually said they just wanted to send Cole Pilkington off to places they knew he'd hate and video it, and it just picked up traction and just kept on going. It wasn't meant to.
It worked out in his favour, though.
Oh, it did.
He's doing a lot of radio ads at the moment, and it keeps throwing me because I'll be driving along and I'll go, huh? Hello? None of that malarkey.
No.
I love that advert. Have you had that one when he keeps saying malarkey? It's just got I don't know. It's got a certain way of saying malarkey. Hello? No. I heard him on an advert selling keyboards for a keyboard shop in Manchester.
Bontempi.
Yeah, it was actually. It was Bontempi Shack in Wilmslow, Cheshire. Oh, we're technically advertising, aren't we? I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. Did you finish the cat story? Because I've got a very poor memory these days.
Well, if you've got an anecdotal quip, then feel free.
I was saying, did you finish the cat story? Because I've my head's moved on.
Yeah, we noped out of that. It was getting.
Wait,
look at the chat. I have been mentioning the chat. What are you on about?
I've put about 15 assorted comments up. I thought I was doing it. I thought I was.
And I've just put minimums up. Gavs. What's your boggle? Sword. Ardent Party, yes, Stephen Merchant. Oh, you look at the chat. I'm looking at the chat, Sword. I'm all yours.
We were talking about who when they did, Idiot Abroad. Who was the third one on there? Yes, it was Stephen Merchant.
Right.
Aye.
The talented one, allegedly.
Oh, gold. He reminds me of somebody that I used to know, and he's a bit odd.
Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
No, it's next to Shaggy. It's Stephen Merchant's about 6'9", isn't he? He's like Peter Crouch. I asked. Oh, right, here we go. I asked the panel if they had seen anything good. Right. And
what?
we're just waiting for the tumbleweed to come through town.
Oh yeah, I watched something good.
Go on then.
What was it? I can't remember what it's called though.
Oh.
God. Typical.
Do you know what?
Was it that thing with what's her face, the one from the Gravy advert?
Linda Bellingham?
No, the other one. The one with the hair. What's her name?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, she was in it, and that guy, the one who was in the movie, that was good. Anyway, that show was good.
When you say Gravy, I'm like straight away it's the Oxo family. I haven't.
Look, you asked if I saw something good. I yes, but I can't remember what it was. But that bloke was in it. The one from the movie.
Oh, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. Do you know what I've been watching? And it's very woke. But if you look past the woke shit, because, you get to a point where you can go, right, that's woke, and you can automatically disregard it as you watch. But I've been watching The Rookie.
Oh, is that the...
Yeah, I used to watch that. The missus is never away from watching that programme.
Oh,
the first couple of seasons were good, and then it disappeared up its arse.
Yes, correct. Season 1 and 2 are quite good, and then it doesn't know what it wants to be, whether it wants to be a social commentary, a comedy. But you can tell Nathan Fillion's trying to do what he did on Firefly.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with his arse? His arse looks massive. Has he been doing a lot of bummage to get the work? And I noticed that in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, where he's like that orange security guard type bloke. And I kept thinking at the time, what's wrong with his arse? It's like he's had twin airbags fitted.
He's had a Brazilian butt lift, maybe.
I don't know. Does anybody know in the chat what's wrong with Nathan Fillion's arse?
I don't look at Nathan Fillion's arse. I
try not to, but you can't miss it now.
Is he talking out of it?
I don't know.
He have his head shoved up it?
It's like he's had a fucking Mr. Blobby transplant, but on his arse cheeks.
Right. No, The Rookie. I mean, The Rookie was The Rookie because he started off as a rookie.
Yeah.
Isn't he now a training cop training other rookies?
He's a TO, isn't he? He's a 2-stripe TO.
So
they end up undercover and all sorts, and they're taking on international drug cartels.
Oh yeah,
absolute tripe.
It's gone a little bit weird.
It's gone a lot weird. It's gone up its arse and back out again several times. But there's only one reason I'm really watching it. Did anybody watch Dark Matter, the Joseph Malozzi show that was on Amazon? The one where they all wake up out of cryo and they've all got amnesia, but it turns out they're all criminals, but they work together as a team and they kind of become like an A-team, but in space.
That was the one I was going to watch, and because of the mystery, and I think you've just told me the mystery.
Oh, sorry. Well, it's got Melissa O'Neill in it. Does anybody know who she is? She plays not Lieutenant. She plays Lucy Chen in The Rookie. And I've got to admit, I find her, she's very Eurasian looking, but I find her really easy to look at. Let me find a nice picture.
Ardent Party says, "What the fuck is a Mr. Blobby?"
Don't.
You're looking it up. It's got. Look it up on YouTube. If anything, he had a hit #1 single. And he he had his own TV show. He had a kids' TV show.
I'll give you your own show and log in.
He had his own theme park. Carry on.
That's Melissa O'Neill.
Yes, it is.
I remember what it was that I watched that I thought was really good. It's a 6-part drama series on BBC iPlayer called Half Man, which has been produced and starring Richard Gadd, who you might remember from the series Baby Reindeer.
Yes.
No, I refuse to watch that.
Well, it's actually rather good, I thought. But anyway, to each his own. But it's about two brothers. They're not really brothers, but their mothers are in a relationship together, so they're kind of brothers from different mothers, except one's a complete and utter psychopath.
All right.
And I found that very engaging, and it's got some bumming in it, so I was well on board.
I actually googled it last night after you mentioned it, but I might give it a watch.
So yeah, give it a go. It's
give bombing a go.
No, give Mothman a go. It's an excellent exploration into psychologically abusive relationships.
Should be. There's a couple of relationships I've been involved in the last little while. It should. I should be right up my street then. Both YouTube and at home.
Well,
I'm not glazing it too much, but I think this series deserves a BAFTA. It is that good.
A BAFTA.
A BAFTA. So thoroughly recommended.
Fancy, mum.
Flav has mentioned the football. That's going to.
Don't do football.
I'm going to have to training on it.
It's for third place. No one gives a shit.
No.
Yeah.
It's not coming home. We just need to.
I think they're purposely shit.
Yeah. Well,
don't win, lads. We don't want to upset or offend anybody.
Listen, it's one of those things. Now the football's over. We can go back to saying everyone who has England flags up in their windows as being slightly racist. Yeah.
My football was over on the 24th of picking June.
Team. You've done it now. Graham, you are a twat. Ardent Party says,
I'm so sorry.
Jeebus Christ, I just Googled Mr. Blobby and I thought the polkaroo would give people nightmares.
Blobby, 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 blob.
People forget what the actual context of Mr. Blobby was. It was supposed to be, it was a segment where Noel Edmonds on his show.
My mother hates Noel Edmonds. She wrote him some hate mail once because when he had a zoo, apparently he had an elephant shock because he couldn't feed it anymore, and nobody wanted to buy Noel Edmonds' elephant. He could have done a swap shop. He could have swapped it for a fucking Scale Electrics, but he had a fucking elephant shop.
Oh, lovely.
Oh God, it reminds me of that experiment Edison did. Oh yeah, this is why we don't use DC or AC or whatever.
Yes,
yeah, cruel bastard. He electrocuted an elephant. Why?
Just to prove that AC was more dangerous, so that he could sell AC power to prisons for electrocuting people in electric chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
there are some numpties.
There are,
but whoever came up with the real idea for Mr. Blobby, they deserve a special place in hell.
They really do.
Didn't they have the one of the Mr. Blobby costumes on eBay the other year?
And yes, they sold it off.
£8,000.
Yeah,
yes, someone actually purchased it. They live streamed themselves buying it, and it was ridiculous, like £35,000.
The idea, though, Mr. Blobby was supposed to be horrendous. That was the idea, part of the prank. So people seem to forget.
Yeah, it just caught a life of his own. It was weird.
A bit like Ebola.
Yeah.
Jesus. Mr. Blobby. Oh dear.
Had a number one single, so don't knock him.
I never played it and I refused to play it.
Did you ever play Mike Flowers? Did you ever play him?
I did. Wonderwall. Mike Flowers Pop Presents Wonderwall. Yeah. After all, you're my Wonderwall.
Memories.
Yeah, that was a spoof. But I do get often requests for like Star Trekking and shit like that, and I will not play it.
I have the Mike
Trekking Across the Universe. That one.
Yeah.
I have the Mike Flowers album somewhere.
You do not.
I do. It's called Lounge Against the Machine. And it starts off, I kid you not, with a lounge version of Smack My Bitch Up.
Nice.
It's great.
That's one to play for mother.
Take a picture, smack my bitch up. It's so good. I'll have to see if I can find it and rip a copy because it makes me laugh every time.
I can't fault you one bit. Is there anything, just thinking, chat, is there anything actually decent to watch? Because I'm quickly running out of things to watch.
I've been going back and, watching old stuff and seeing if it still holds up over time. And I recently ran into, see if you remember it, Her from the Bill, the bloke from El Dorado, and Henry from Neighbours.
Bugs.
In Bugs. Oh my God, it does not hold up at all. It is rubbish.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
Adam
was
Gray, yeah,
Derek.
Richard Cheese, not Mike Flowers. I
The
apologise.
bird, that was
Okay.
Derek Griffiths' daughter, Jay Griffiths, if I remember right. And all I kept thinking was she looked like a dad in drag. All she was missing was the tash.
Yeah, but it's an interesting series, but it just doesn't hold on.
I remember the guy you were talking about from El Dorado, the dark-haired one who looked like he got a cock nose.
That's the one. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember the names now, but Jesus Christ, it was.
Oh, God, I wish I'd not said cock nose now because I've got. Oh, wow. Owen Wilson going through my head.
Wow.
How he became a movie star is beyond me because he just looks like he's got a bell end on his schnoz.
Just Owen Wilson just go, wow.
In fact, his monkeys laugh at him for having a cock nose. Anything good in the chat? Jesse Birdsall Gav Unit says, yeah, that's him.
No.
Minimum says episode 1 of Ash versus Evil Dead's free on Amazon. Do you know that was shaping up to be really good, and it got really good, and then it got cancelled? Just as it was like any, what is it? By season 2, a show's finding its feet. And if I got a really good story for development and it got picked up, I'd want a 3-season guarantee before I signed anything, because now it on average, it takes a show by the end of its second season, it has usually found its footing. And I use case in point, and a lot of people will disagree with me in the chat. Stargate Universe, by the end of the second series, it was just getting good.
Really? I hated that series throughout, and I love Stargate.
You're welcome to. And I found it quite refreshing, although I did end up calling it Begbie in Space.
Begbie in Space.
And he was just Begbie, wasn't he? But with a physics degree. We're going to find out which you sorted out last year and didn't get that Stargate working, you bastard. Sorry, you'd have probably been better off doing that, Bri. Do you want to give us your best Begbie?
Well, I can actually do a really pretty decent Begbie, but it involves shouting, and at this time, I'm afraid I can't do shouting.
Okay. I well understand. Oh, Minimum says, House of the Dragon, Trev. Season 1, Season 2, not so good. Season 3, mostly woke feminist garbage. No, and I will say no because it's Game of Thrones related. And I thought Game of Thrones was the biggest overinflated sack of crap ever. Once they got rid of Sean Bean, it was crap.
The books were far superior.
Yeah, but I don't read books.
I know.
But
I've got to say, just going on talking about House of the Dragon, it's frustrating. It frustrates me no end. It's like Game of Thrones with all the good bits cut out.
I'm offended.
There's a lot missing from it. There's no real charm to the show, I don't think. And I think the feminist stuff is probably the least of worries, to be honest with it. It's just, there's a decent story in there. I just don't think it's particularly well told.
I don't know. Fantasy stuff just really doesn't do it for me anymore,
Yeah.
Like I say to a lot of people, if it hasn't got phasers or warp drive, I'm not particularly interested. And I can't really say that because my franchise of choice has been dead since 2009. Although the Roddenberrys, Rod Roddenberry, has finally come to his senses, and so has the change of management at Paramount Skydance. And there are inklings and rumours in the works that a new show is in development, and Kurtzman's nothing to do with it.
Good.
Thank Christ.
I'm just hoping it's for real, not for play. Because we need, as Gen X fans, we need a win in terms of a show. We've already discovered that the stuff we grew up with does not translate well to a wokey, cotton wool cultured audience. They need to keep things real. And I think, this whole mollycoddling and pandering bullshit, that needs to go. This has been a shameful time in pop culture, not just for sci-fi fans, but for everybody. and it's just trying to bullshit and brainwash a whole generation via the medium of film and TV isn't working
Absolutely.
out well.
I mean, we all watched Starfleet Academy, and there was just quiz in space, and I hated it.
Oh, we've got season 2 to go.
Maybe not, apparently, because they've been trying to sell it on to anybody who'll take it for next to nothing.
Oh, they're going to go for tax write-off because they filmed it already, haven't they?
They're not bothered about if the rumor is if they can't get anybody to buy season 1 and 2 as a job lot, then season 2 will not get aired. That's the rumor.
They'll Batgirl it. They'll do a tax write-off.
What did I say? What did I say months ago when we were doing it as a part of the infancy of Friday night shite? I was saying they were going to Batgirl it all along, and that might turn out to be a truthful possibility now.
Wow. I mean,
the rumor is they approached Netflix to do a buyout for season 1 and 2. Buy season 1, get season 2 free, and Netflix went, jog on, knobhead.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. But then again, that's what happened with Doctor Who. They sort of like they put it out to tender, and I haven't heard anything since.
Worked out teaming up with the BBC crocking and crowing. Oh, we've teamed up with Disney, and Disney are behind Doctor Who, and they came in and woked it up even more. I never thought you could woke anything past 10, but they took it to a 15, and that really backfired for them, didn't it?
I do like the idea that the only reason Disney ended up with Doctor Who is because they wanted Bluey, and it was just sold as a package.
You know, I got the wrong impression with that. When one of my kids said they were going to watch a Bluey, I'm like, what?
You will not.
And I'm like, whoa, hang on a minute.
Not you want to watch a Bluey? What do you mean they're a family of dogs?
Yeah, that made it twice as worse to me. What's this? Keefy Monoped says, well, that will annoy the 10 gay fans out there that won't watch it. And Ford's pretty much doing what I'm doing. I'm just rewatching shows I've already seen. I did start rewatching Street Hawk the other night, and I kind of noped out. So I started watching the A-Team, and I got about 4 or 5 episodes in, and I kind of thought, this isn't as good as I remember. You know, and I'm seeing stuff I don't actually remember watching back in the day. And I've noticed, you know, like all the Stephen J. Canal stuff, and all those kind of shows, how on the cheap they were. Looking back at them now.
Yeah.
And the one show I rewatched, but I actually did enjoy, and it didn't really translate well into English audiences, was The Greatest American Hero. But I watched it the first time round, and I think it was on NBC. No, was it on NBC? I can't remember. CBC was at 3:00. ABC was at 6:00. And then was it CBS? Might have been CBS. But I remember watching that on its first run when I lived overseas. So I kind of grew up watching Greatest American Hero, but I remember it not being doing that well when it came over here. In fact, it didn't get past the 3rd episode of season 1, and then Yorkshire Telly pulled the plug, bastards.
I hated it.
Really? Although I didn't like it when they retconned his name. It was Ralph Hinckley. And then it was Hankley because of the guy who tried to shoot Ronnie Reagan. Yeah, because his name was Hinckley, wasn't it?
I wasn't alive then.
I tell you what, a show that I never saw ever appear on TV in the UK. And I started watching it, and I've got fond memories of watching it. I think it was called The Phoenix, and it was Judson Scott, you know, who played Joaquin in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Khan's right-hand man. He was like this alien, and he got like space powers and stuff. And the theme tune was rather like, if I remember, like Chariots of Fire. Because I always got confused. I thought, well, that sounds like that. And that never came out over here. Yeah, but there was a lot of great stuff on US TV back in the day.
Was Street Hawk cancelled back in the day?
It was. It got cancelled after the first season.
Because I remember as a kid turning it on, waiting for the latest episode, and it was gone. And then a few weeks later, it was Manimal, which kind of scared me.
Yeah, Manimal was cancelled during its. I think it was on episode 8, and it got cancelled.
That cancelled as well.
Wow. Yeah, that felt very Glenn A. Larson, but I know it wasn't. But that was Simon McCorkindale, wasn't it? And he ended up on Holby City, and he died recently.
Did he?
Yeah,
because of Holby City.
Maybe it was turning into.
That's NHS budget cuts. That is.
Yeah, and maybe it was because he kept turning into a falcon and shit.
No.
Put a lot of stress on his system. I'll tell you what I always thought was good back in the day, but only because of the theme tune. Do you remember? Was it Otherworld? Not Another World, like the Amiga game, but Otherworld, where that family go to Egypt and there's an alignment, and they get transported to another world.
No, but that sounds like you could do with being redone. That sounds quite cool.
It does sound quite naughty.
And the bloke who was the bad guy was Mike from Breaking Bad, Jonathan Banks.
He played a good baddie, didn't he? He was always
except
creeps
in Free Jack. Because he was naffing that, bless him. I still love that film. I haven't watched that. I haven't watched it since we reviewed it, and I can't remember whether I did it on great movies or bad movies. I've got some good films lined up for the next just bad movies, and I've also got something planned for October. It's going to be horror movies for Halloween, up to the run up to Halloween.
Nice,
cool.
Got it all going on, and I was a bit late. I struggled with the video for this week, which is Daryl, by the way. If you want to go and check that out, that went up this morning, but I had to keep chipping away at that when I'd got time this week, because I've had a really, really stressful and busy week. So whenever I had a moment, I was straight in here getting it done. But yeah, blooming out, that was a slog. Ooh, Keith in Monoped, as a baker back in the day. I watched Street Up purely for the representation. Wasn't it just a bloke? Apparently it was a very unreliable bike.
Incredible speeds of up to 300 miles an hour.
Do you know, that did me? I was watching season 1 of Knight Rider, and Kit was like doing 300 and odd mile an hour, and it was like it was nothing, you know? And then by season 4, they had to have super pursuit mode to get to that speed. Did he just slow down in old age?
I love the special effects in Knight Rider to get those insane speeds, but not actually break the law. What they'd do was have everyone drive around at 20 miles an hour and then have Kit driving at 60 in between them, and then just speed the footage up. Yeah.
There was a whole screw about those cars, weren't they? They were all off for a train crash.
Oh, it was
all the cars they used for Kit. And did you know on Knight Rider, you know that they had one of the cars was called the jump car for obvious reasons. It did all the jumps.
Yeah.
Now, it wasn't actually a Trans Am, right? They got a Kit body on the top of a Volkswagen Beetle, a souped-up Volkswagen Beetle, and the Beetle was doing the jumps. But because the car was so lightweight, because it was just like a fiberglass shell over the top.
Yeah.
But the amount of like outtakes available to view on YouTube now, and the front end of that car just gets wasted every time.
Yeah, it's the weight of the engine, so they have to pull the engine back so it actually flies in an arc and lands mostly flat. Because with an engine at the front,
it's in the boot.
Yeah, so with an engine in the front, you just nosedive into the floor every single time.
What's that? Trans Am says Manuel Grill. What? Yeah, they were 1982 Trans Ams, weren't they? It was the cars that Universal ended up with for Knight Rider were all in a train accident, and I think Universal only paid $1 each for those cars, but they'd got about 15 or whatever. But when the production ended, they were contractually obliged under that $1 deal to destroy all the cars. Only one car made it out in one piece out of all the cars they had. In fact, I've seen a few pictures online, because there's the Knight Rider historians on YouTube, and they put some interesting pics on where people have took a photograph in a junkyard and found what's left of the cars. Can you imagine that, going to a scrapyard somewhere in America and then finding a Knight Rider?
There used to be a place in Keswick, in the Lake District, where it was a little kind of mini museum they had, and they had the A-Team van, they had the newer Knight Rider car, you know, with the one with the green accelerator LEDs and things like that. They've got I don't know if it's still there. They had the DeLorean from Back to the Future. They had fucking Dale and Rodney's three-wheeled van and stuff. That was a good little place to visit.
Pig.
Yeah.
I once knew a lad who used to pinch coal, because I live in an area that was very well renowned for its coal industry. And at the bottom of my road where I grew up was a big coal processing plant. And a lad who was a bit of a chancer, not very bright, bless him. Hello, Adrian, if you're still alive. Oh dear, we had this side bet. You know, people of lower intelligence had a higher rate of mortality because of the poor choices they kept making. Now, Adrian, bless him, decided to go and pinch bags of coal. So he'd take some empty coal bags, nip in, reverse his three-wheeler up to the fence and load it up full of all this stolen coal. And then when the cops tried to chase him and he was going up this steep, because he got that much fucking coal in the bike, the fucking thing tipped up in.
The Reliant Robin was very...
Because he was a bit chubby, he couldn't fucking get out the fucking three-wheeler. It was up in the air.
Reliant Robins were well known for ending up on their side.
I'm sorry, just talk all over me, Graham. I don't mind. Just quickly going back, when the copper, our local copper was Kev, and he was well renowned for being a bit of a bastard, and he just rolled up, and Adrian wound his window down, and the copper went, "All right, Adrian, nice night for a ride, isn't it?" And he got some time for that. He did. I think he got about 8 years for stealing coal. Back in the day where you couldn't get out on parole or let out because you were a nonce.
Trev, if I may, can I just say a good night to Franco Walker and thanks for doing this sterling wadding that he always does.
Good night, Franco. Take care, my friend. Thank you for tuning in. We won't be much longer because we're going to wrap up shortly, so no need to re-rub unless you really want to. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We're going to be wrapping up shortly. An hour and a half's fine for tonight, I think. A nice, easy one back into it. Because I'm actually quite enjoying my sleep these days. Now I've got a lot less women trouble in my life. It's just other people causing me issues now. But then again...
Can I request, and you can say no, it's your channel, can I request that we go to the full, maybe 1 hour 45 or 2 hours? Because I've been away for a long time. I've missed you guys and I've missed the chat in a kind of homosexual way.
Oh, you fancy a bomb?
Fancy a bomb? No, but if you want to go disappear, it's your channel, Trip. But
we'll go to court too.
Oh, that's grand.
We'll go to court too, just for you, Brian. If it was anybody else, if it was Swappers, I'd tell him no. You can have 5 minutes.
God bless you. Flav in the chat says that the Retro Zone Museum is still open.
Nice.
The cars from the stars stopped in 2011. That's tragic. What tragic? What's in it? What's in it, Flav? Can you tell us in the chat? We don't have to put it on the screen, but if you tell us, that'd be grand.
Well, I have something for Mummy and Daddy Cuddles if you wish.
Oh. In that case, are you ready?
Zeethreepio's Mummy and Daddy Cuddles. Top tips.
Go for it.
That you can't buy dildos in Alabama.
Why not?
What? Law. Violators face a maximum fine of $20,000 and the possibility of up to 1 year in jail. So if you are going to use sex toys on your missus, don't do it in the heart of Dixie.
Nice. And I'll do your outro just for you.
Zeethreepio's Mummy and Daddy Cuddles. Top tips.
I love that bit where you're just nonchalantly looking as though something's a bit rum in the background at the end of that one.
Did you know that oral sex was illegal in Canada until 1969?
Really? That's a mouthful.
It's
The same, same in America as well. They've got sodomy laws and stuff, haven't they?
Indeed, it is. In contrast,
can't
the
steal
United
turf.
States didn't toss out its oral sex laws until 2003.
I know
Just
today you said
20 years
toss
ago.
out. Did you say toss out on purpose there?
I did, yeah.
Nice. See what you did there. I'm that Jake Gyllenhaal meme. I'm looking back at you. See what you did there.
Who would come up with that as a law? What is wrong with people?
I don't know.
Well,
What you
it was
did in the
their
privacy-
anti-homosexuality and obscenity laws, wasn't it?
Yeah, the puritanical states of America, because they
And
would
yet-
say it was the whole religious persecution thing that people went over to America because they liked religion.
Well, nice for them. I mean, Thora Heard, why didn't she chuff off? She could have took Mary Whitehouse with her.
Yeah,
So,
not that long.
I'm going to have to. I know Swappers is not available tonight, but he for somebody as conspiratorial as him, you would have thought he would have been a bit sharper at not getting hacked. And just for shits and giggles, I'm going to do this.
Swappers World of Conspiracy.
Right, and I'm going to pretend to be Swappers. And here's my thing, that's not a conspiracy. Don't click every link a person sends you, because you might get hacked, especially on X.
Yeah.
Especially all those people what keep wanting me to vote for their podcast. Hello, I know that one. You'll have to try a bit harder.
Do you know, every time I see that picture of David Icke in his shell suit, it kind of freaks me out. That really, see, at the time, when he was saying he was the spirit of the Son of God, that freaked me the fuck out, seeing a man losing his mind on national television.
Yeah, but Wogan just he played him like a fiddle, didn't he, down that episode?
It's a dirty, man, it was horrible.
Yeah, it was a bit cringe, wasn't it? And the whole, they weren't laughing with him. They were laughing at him square.
They're laughing at you. You're laughing at you understand.
Indeed.
God damn.
What did David Icke actually do, stroke believe? Yeah, he thought he was Jesus.
He was a footballer, a goalkeeper.
No, he
who
was
then
I thought it was he was a sports commentator.
He started off as a goalkeeper because I remember Jasper Carrott talking about him. He says, David Icke says he's going to save the world. He says, well, I hope so, because he saved bugger all for Birmingham City.
That was it. Yeah, fell to his knees one day and declared himself to be the Son of God.
I don't know if it was his
it was something really bizarre.
What is that? It was more something to do with it wasn't Christ in particular. He was saying he was some god, a messenger of the Godhead.
Yeah, and then there was a whole, he
he
went off on a whole everyone's a lizard conspiracy thing for a while, didn't he?
The only spirits I'm interested in are from space side.
The only spirits I want, there's a distillery near me who are doing a new seasoned whiskey. So
I know Swappers isn't here, but has anybody actually proven David Icke wrong?
I went to
I rest my case.
I went to see him in Melbourne, believe it or not, in 2011, and he did a 13-hour presentation with his conspiracy. I love a bit of conspiracy stuff, but I'm not in the same league as Swappers. I just think most of it's kind of coincidence and it's all a bit of bullshit and stuff like that. But
yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I promised to give somebody a bit of a shout out, and Robbie Burns has just dropped in on the channel to remind me. So, can I say a big hello to Dawn Goldfish? If you know, you know. There we go. Sorry, guys.
Nice.
He'll text me in a second. Had a feeling. Hello, Dawn. How are you? This is your friend. I like peas, preferably bird's eye. None of that Ross malarkey here. Oh, I said malarkey. None of that malarkey, Brian.
oh, put your malarkey.
Malarkey.
What's Templey in the swear
it's
jar?
just
That is.
something about Carl Pilkington. It just he tickles me immensely, but not in a perverted way. Oh, look, I've got a WhatsApp message. I wonder what this says. Sorry, guys. You're correct. I'm fucking howling. Really? Hello, Robbie.
Well, I don't know what howling is, but he probably shouldn't screw
Well,
it.
it's going to cost him at least 49 PCM. Another in joke. We've got a lot of in jokes, me and Robbie. It's all right. And I do things to tickle him because he's been a big help during my personal struggles at the moment. As well as you, Brian and Z. You've been big helps too, keeping me from Well, I wouldn't do anything silly anyway, but it's nice to have mates you can confide in and chat to when you're going through tough times. Because blokes don't get the support in modern day life. Now, if I went out wearing a frock and a bit of lippy, I'd be getting all the help I needed and more.
I mean, you can try it.
No.
To get down the Mrs. Doubtfire route and maybe win your cases.
I'd soon set fire to my cock. I'd be Mr. Fire.
That might help as well, Trev. You never know.
I don't like being a man anymore. I've burnt my willy off.
Coming back next week as Elliot Retro.
Hey, that'd
be Elaine Retro, wouldn't it?
That'd be a good tranny name, wouldn't it? Willie Burns.
I better not laugh at all of this. Stormtroopers from the SNP at my door.
Hey, that'd be a good name, wouldn't it? For somebody who's like female to male. Gone your flaps. Beefier curtains.
Oh, dear
I'm
God.
German, dear. I'd sooner ride a filly than a stallion, Wayne. Sorry, I'm just feeling a bit silly tonight. I tell you something. If I'd have gone at 1:30, Brian, things would have ended nicely. Oh, Ardent, what are you saying? Trevelina Retra? No.
Retro.
Hey, in fact, there's a lass, a young lady. Well, not a young lady, but a lady that I've been quite watching a lot on YouTube, and she's Alina Nicolina. A lovely name, that. She's Canadian, which is a bonus, which is a double whammy for me, because being an ex-Albertan, I like the ladies of the Canadian persuasion. In fact, I was talking about Melissa O'Neill earlier. She's Albertan. She's from Calgary, which was just down the road, really, in Canadian terms. Just down the road is above 300 miles.
Indeed.
In fact, I'll say one thing good about Canada. The best holiday I ever had was when we spent about 5 days driving to a place called Kamloops in British Columbia. And that was the summer holiday where we went to the Flintstones land. It's funny that Hanna-Barbera cartoon and the theme park for it was in Canada.
I'm sorry. I just can't forgive Canada until they apologise for Bryan Adams.
Well, what's he done wrong?
No, just
Summer of 91.
Oh,
indeed.
And Eminem says, shoe on head is taken. Yeah, I find her quite, I'd give her a good spunkage.
Indeed.
I quite like shoe on head.
She is. I think she's rather gorgeous. Although, I think if she had the opportunity, she'd be of the blue-haired persuasion.
She's been on Drinkers a few times.
YouTuber?
I don't know, but she's been on Drinkers a few times.
Has she?
Yeah. There's always a modding nightmare when she comes on, for obvious reasons.
Oh.
Do you know who's surprisingly attractive?
Whom?
I think you're not going to believe this. I couldn't believe when I found out who she was.
Mrs. Brown?
I need to shut up. I'm going to say something. No, J.J. Abrams' daughter.
Really?
Yeah. Jesus.
Well, I want to have to look that up now.
Everybody over 50 on Google now to have a look.
Oh, Gracie Abrams. Yes, I remember. Okay, I recognize her.
Oh, yeah, she is
Gracie
really
Abrams?
tasty, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a singer.
Yeah.
I wonder if she hacks off other people's tunes the same way her dad hacks off movies.
I didn't realise that was his daughter. No, not my. I know she's obviously a Jewess, but no.
Watching an interview with her or something about it's very attractive.
I tell you, she kind of reminds me of Diane from Trainspotting a little bit.
Oh, I can't stand. Oh, even drugs are changing. I can't stand that fucking woman. Oh, I hate her. I absolutely hate her. I was in Star Wars and I used exactly the same voice I used in Trainspotting. Oh, just get to retire, for Christ's sake. Retire.
Hey, you know, we were talking a couple of weeks ago. In fact, it's been 3 weeks ago now because we've been away for a fortnight. We were talking about, I didn't find anybody in Hollywood particularly attractive.
Yeah.
I take it back now because it hit me. Linda Cardellini.
Right, I need to Google this one.
Well,
Pardon?
Velma from Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
She played
Oh,
Walter's
right, yeah.
wife, didn't she, in the MCU?
I don't know, but
No, she did.
She's been in quite a few things, and I always found her quite biffy. Who was the other one that I was kind of toying with the idea?
Was she in the second Scooby-Doo movie in that red cat suit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's past muster, sir.
Sorry, I'm just a bit distracted now. Carry on.
What's this? Minimum says Lupita Nyong'o is available, Trev. Who the fuck's... Who was that? Most beautiful woman in the world.
Helena Troy.
He's having a laugh with it.
Helena Troy was the face to launch 1,000 ships. Lupita Nyong'o has launched probably 25 inflatable boats towards the English coast.
Oh.
Steady, lad.
Are you sure you didn't spell her name right? Because is it Lupita Nyong'o?
I think it's pronounced Mbongo.
Do you know, did they even still make Mbongo?
Well, they drink it in the Congo.
I've not seen Kiora for a long time. I remember the advert.
I'll be your dog.
You see, I thought when the Congo played England, I thought they were going to be going over the ball, etc., and try and get a result for revenge for that horrendous Mbongo advert. I once when I was a kid, I once saw a fight between two guys. It was resolved, but only about 7 or 8 at a time. It was resolved by which one of them knew the lyrics to the Mbongo advert the best.
Way down deep in the middle of the Congo. Yeah,
I remember during one World Cup, my granddad, bless him, my adoptive granddad, who was always going on about those Macaroons. You remember when Cameroon had a bit of a good World Cup, but it was like Macaroon.
Was that 1990? I think
it might have been in Italy, 1990. Yeah. Oh dear! The amount of times I've been asked to play World in Motion, and I think that is one of New Order's worst fucking songs ever. Sorry for swearing.
It could be. It's coming home. That song, I fucking hate.
Worst footy song ever is Fat Les and Vindaloo.
Oh, I got fucking Lily Allen's dad.
Yeah,
Heath. Yeah.
Heath. The only thing he was good in was The Bullshitters. You remember that? The professional spoof.
He was in Trainspotting as well, remember?
Was he?
Just a little cameo in Trainspotting. He's the guy that they're trying to get rid of the... No, not Trainspotting, sorry. Shallow Grave.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, he's in Shallow Grave.
I tell you...
Shallow Grave is an excellent film.
It is.
Film.
I tell you who was underrated in Trainspotting? Kevin McKidd, who played Tommy. Because he's gone on to brilliant things.
He went on Crazy Anatomy, didn't he?
Anybody ever remember the short-lived sci-fi show, Journeyman?
No.
Where he was like a bit of a time traveler. That was really good. He'd like get 24 hours to correct something. It was a bit like a Poundland version of Quantum Leap.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good in that. Then he went on to be in Grey's Anatomy, didn't he? But it's nice how certain actors can go over to the States and translate themselves. Although one Scottish hard man who didn't seem to make it in Tinseltown, and he only appeared in one thing as far as I'm aware. Do you remember that guy who always played like your tough, like, criminal Scotsman? And he ended up being a Romulan in the episode of Next Gen called The Chase. You know, where they had to compile all that DNA to
not the
make
guy that was in Tutti Frutti, is it? No.
I don't know, but
Maurice Reeves, no?
That might be him. Yeah, that sounds kind of legible. But he was very well spoken, but he was always the atypical hard Scottish man.
If it's the same guy, my dad used to give him his what is known as his brew money, and not iron brew. His what do you call it? What do you call your weekly money you give when you're on your dole money? Back in the day before he became famous.
I don't know.
I've already updated the chat about the football scene.
All right.
You? I just went on Twitter and saw it, and fucking hell! I wish I'd watched the match now.
Some couple of cracking goals in it, I have to say. As much as I was hoping for the Frenchies to win.
Is it?
Yeah, Maurice
Romulan captain. Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, my dad used to give him his brew money in Maryhill, just a few miles up the road from here, back in the day.
That's cool.
Yeah, yep. Because it was obviously starting off, most actors struggling and doing anything but actually acting.
He wasn't Scottish, Brian.
Maurice Rees?
Yeah, he wasn't.
What do you mean
You'll never guess where he was born, Brian.
He wasn't born down south, was he? Fucking Newcastle.
No, he's not from Newcastle, but you're getting warm.
Sunderland.
Aye, he's from Sunderland. Although born in Sunderland, he spent most of his life in Scotland and considers himself a true Scot. As a child, he suffered from asthma and considered his recovery was due to playing the bugle in the Boys' Brigade.
Well, bugger me with a fish fork. Do you know what the funny thing was? I remember he was on an episode of Chips, I think it was.
Chips?
And yep, he was on an episode of that many moons ago. And I remember we're talking with the rest of the kids at school, and I said my dad used to give him his money, and no fucker believe. Oh, sorry, Dad.
Did you get
fucking true?
Think you were bullshit?
It was true. Rats.
There we go. That's the guy.
He sets himself on fire in Tutti Frutti, remember?
Look at that guy to the left of him. He's been in a few things as a supporting actor, but never actually made anything. It looks like somebody's got a finger up his arse. It looks like, I don't know, like a fucking Poundland Tom Baker. I'm gay, but only on a Wednesday. And is that Jane Wheedling's stunt double over Morris's right shoulder?
They had a lot of famous people portraying Romulans, but as soon as you put the makeup on, it's very hard to tell. They had Andreas Katsoulis being a Romulan captain.
Sorry, Graham.
No, you're fine.
Half pennies available, Trev, but a bit saggy now, though. wasn't she Debbie Dixon or something in Biker Grove?
I would put I would put sorry's comment on, but there's a wee trigger word that might flag up on the thing.
It's a what now?
Sword's comment.
Oh yeah, trigger word in Sword's comment.
Yeah.
Oh, because we get that every now and again. Oh, and you remember a show called Brimstone? Cop Kills. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because that had got John Glover in it from the Magnavolt advert in RoboCop 2. He played Satan in that. That used to be on at a stupid old clock. When I used to get up for the morning shift, when I used to have a factory job when I was a lot younger, used to get up for about like 5 o'clock, and it was always on around then. Always remember having that on the telly while I had a quick fag and a pot noodle before work. As you do when you're in your 20s.
Actually, this reminded me.
Now, Trev.
You what, Brian?
I like a pot noodle now. Sorry, Graham.
No, you're fine. To be fair,
Always time for pot knacker. No, I was just saying, remembering shows which I've watched, I fell into a rabbit hole of watching Crime Traveller. Does anyone remember that?
Oh, God.
Chloe Annette.
That's the one. Late 90s, room to time machine, and you've got a few hours to solve a murder or something. It was interesting.
Almost as bad as that one they tried with that Scottish scientist. And
Paradox.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he got access to like solar data, and they could manipulate, I don't know, a sunspot or something.
They could see 3 or 4 pictures from something that happened a couple of hours in the future, and they just had to find out what it was and stop it. And a lot of times they didn't. I remember that. And then they cancelled the show because
it was shit.
It was shit.
Sorry to be blunt, but your program's shit.
It's fine. I looked like the scientist guy back in the day.
Well, he was in Prometheus, wasn't he? He was one of the pilots with that Chinese bloke who from Manchester, who ended up being in that Marvel movie as that crap magician bloke's mate. Doctor Strange, that's it. Yeah, well, is it Ming? His mate?
Wong.
Huh? Wong.
You get his name wrong, yeah.
Oh. Like that airline pilot who crashed, Something Wong.
Oh, that was, how did they get that through?
I don't know.
That was unbelievable.
Holy fuck.
God, Jesus.
She read it out on TV.
Yeah.
That's it. Benedict Wong played Wong. There we go.
I say,
Yeah, 'cause he's from Manchester. Yeah, I think he's a great actor, to be truthful.
Hang on, he comes from Manchester. Are you saying he fakes a Chinese accent?
I don't know.
I was going to say there's something incredibly racist about that.
The otter has landed. Hello, Smilex. How are you, sir? Well, I want to know, what was your biggest top shelf seller in the video shop back in the day? I wonder if it was on a Robin Asquith cheeky movie.
There's some channel on cable that shows nothing but Robin Asquith's films. Just flicking through the other night.
Please tell me it's got Bottle Boys on.
I don't know. It's all these weird, kind of sordid 70s, early 70s movies.
Confessions of a Window Cleaner.
Oh, yeah, that kind of
Boys
genre.
Hey?
Bottle Boys is being re-shown.
Is it?
On one channel? I can't remember which one
I don't watch terrestrial TV, do I? You know, I'm not paying for Jimmy Savile's victims.
Jesus.
It's true. It's funny. It's funny. I was in a place that was close to Mr. Savile's heart. I was in Scarborough during the week.
I like Scarborough. I used to go to my folks.
Mate, it's dead on its arse.
Oh,
like nearly everything's boarded up. We caught the park and ride into town, and a lot of everything was boarded up. It was really sad.
Yeah. There's a place in where I used to go when I was a kid for the holiday called Rothsay, just in the west of Scotland on the Isle of Bute, and it's right in the Gulf Stream. And it used to be a lovely place to go. And obviously, when the package holiday came in, it just disappeared. And last time I was there was about 2001, and even back then, it was a tragic sight. Lena Zavaroni's place. Her parents owned a place owned a beautiful restaurant. Not a restaurant, a fucking
reminds me of a joke.
Best milkshakes in the planet.
Can I tell you a joke?
God. Here we go.
Two blokes from Glasgow Council were in the sewers fixing a pipe, and they saw all these rats with party hats on and plates. And this bloke shouts to these rats, "Hey lads, what's going on?" And one of the rats says, "Lena Zavaroni's having a shit."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Too soon.
God.
Sorry, Brian. A lot of folk, I think a good 90% of people who watch this stream will not get the joke.
I'm very guilty of making horrendous jokes about that over the years, and then I watched a documentary. Being an older person now, and I felt such horrendous pangs of guilt.
Why?
Just did. I just did. You get older, you see things differently. Your silly young sick sense of humor well, most of us it kind of abates slightly. Maybe you're still there. I don't know.
I watch Modern Toss religiously, so that's the way my humor works. Although I'm quite enjoying Business Mouse. If anybody's ever seen that, it's shit, but I love it. For
a second there, I thought you said Finger Mouse, and I had to really do a double take.
For doing that, RSPCA will come around and kick your head in, Graham. You're not supposed to finger mice. That always put me off, that guy. You know the original Finger Mouse, where it was that American bloke?
Right.
And you knew he were off his tits on weed.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody, look what Finger Mouse is doing. Yeah. Hey, Finger Mouse, how are you? Yeah, man, I'm not too bad. Does anybody fancy a chip buddy? Yeah, he was loaded. You know, fish and chips in Scarborough is ridiculously expensive. Just thought
I used to love. The only thing I hated about the fish and chips you get in Scarborough is they would always leave one side of the fish covered in the skin. But it's up here, they always take it off. And you're like, oh fuck.
We used to
Smilex, behave in the chat, Smilex, none of that part.
We used to fight over that. You know, when everybody used to leave the skin, if it got batter on, as kids, we'd all fight over it. I love skin.
Oh, really? Oh, fuck no. I don't know if it keeps the flavour in better. I don't know. The fish suppers in Scarborough were always fantastic, but that's the one thing I hated about them.
Gotta be cod, though. Never had it.
Can I be a wee recommendation? I know Sordy asked what we'd watch, but obviously I've been away on holiday and stuff, and I've been stuck with French TV. So I got myself a little book that was recommended to me. I don't want us to turn into a book corner thing, but there's a book called The Last Stop Video Shop by a gentleman by the name of Keith A. Pearson that you might be interested in. It's basically about a guy who goes, he finds this kind of enigmatic video shop. There's a kind of strange magical thing about it. And when he goes in, he gets a tape handed to him, and it's little segments of his life that he's forgotten or didn't know about. It's one for gentlemen of a certain age, basically our ages, and there's a lot of kind of pop culture references and musical references that we'll all get. And I think
so. It's a bit like Mr. Ben, but in a video shop, but for older boys.
Yes, but I think probably most of if any of us can still read at this point, I think it may be something that the chat might really like. So that's still The Last Stop Video Shop, and it's by Keith A. Pearson, if can be asked.
Do you know, I always thought that shopkeeper was a bit fucking sketchy in Mr. Ben. Oh, take your clothes. I think he was getting GB'd. He'd go in, oh, would you like a glass of water before you start, Mr. Ben? Oh, yes, thank you, shopkeeper. And then he wakes up in different clothes about 3 hours later and with no memory of what he's done in 4 hours. Hello.
It's a dark take, man.
You've been bum
It's like a bottle of water with LSD and Rohypnol, so he has all these weird hallucinations. And
he's got GBH in it, and he's got an arse like a bloody baboon the next morning, and he thinks it's going down the pub and drinking mild after tea. It's not the mild, Mr. Ben.
I've got the theme from Pigeon Street going through my head now because
no, I hated that show. Hey, Smilex says in the chat, Mr. Ben never bought anything. That shop is now gone. It's a Turkish barber or vape shop. Possibly.
It's a kebab shop. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to get us chucked out.
He's not wrong though.
No,
he's out of line, but he's right.
Yeah, but you can't say the truth. Like in a certain Christian Slater movie, the truth is a virus now, and you can get shut down for it. My cousin, who I didn't know, had a YouTube channel, but he's a bit religious, and he's like, he decodes the Bible, and he's hard work, right? I mean, I'm autistic, but he's on a different level, right? And apparently he put a thing on Facebook saying that his channel is going to get less exposure now because it contravenes certain recommendations from the British government. You know, because he's more religious focused. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, because YouTube's done a lot of, how can I describe it? Renaming. So there's a lot of YouTube channels have now become generic or inauthentic content.
Yeah,
I've seen quite a few that have suddenly got that label on there, and they've just lost all revenue.
Let me just go and see if I can download the image because I'm in my work account on Facebook. So I need to log out and fanny about and then log back in as me. It's a bugger, isn't it, when you've got to use a separate account for work? But then again, I use a different name at work, which is great. People are often shocked to find out my real name, which is funny. There we go. That's his account. Oh, God. It really is hard work. Bless him. What the fuck was that? Oh, there we go.
Manhandling my microphone.
Right, let me save this image. If I put it in the Daryl folder, it'll be easier for me to find. Yeah, Daryl got uploaded this morning. If you fancy having a peruse over to that and checking it out. I really did a good job of that, to be fair. Last week, I was really, sometimes I know this is awful and I shouldn't blow my own trumpet, but I was, rewatching last week's Just Great Movies, and I was genuinely impressed. I know I shouldn't really say that, but
no, why not? Trev, you put an awful lot of time and effort into it. Why not be?
Here we go. This is what my cousin received. Your channel, you'll say, YouTube is yours because you built it, but view by view, subscribers, blah, blah, blah. The UK government is running a public consultation called Watch This Space. And actually, that might not be the one he put on. That's me just clicking the first thing you put.
Is it the one where the UK are going to put
impact of proposed rules? Here we go. I've got it now.
their recommendations first? Government approved YouTubing.
Yeah.
Over and above your subscriptions and preferences, they're going to start pushing their approved narratives on your homepage.
Your content downranked. Reduce user exposure to diverse content and independent creators. Threat to reach and channel growth. Undermining the creator-audience bond. Prominence regime.
Trev, I have a screenshot if you would like to put this up. This is from a friend of mine's channel. He's been downgraded to unsatisfying or off-putting content.
Right.
What does that mean?
Content that may be emotionally manipulative, disturbing, nonsensical, shocking, or otherwise. Is this a certain potato-related chat by any chance?
No, it isn't. This is actually someone. He's a variety streamer. He does panels and gaming, just sort of like generic stuff you get from lots of YouTube channels. He has an audience who actually watch him do stuff, and he's bollocks.
Is it a gentleman whose name rhymes with shark?
Potentially.
I can understand that. That's absolutely fucking spot on as far as I can say.
But this is I got it from his, but this is not the only one. I've seen several of these. But yeah.
Shart. Did he shart?
I'll say no more, put it on me.
As far as emotionally manipulative goes. Potentially, but yeah, no, I've seen several channels have that, and I mean, I can see it's good in a way because you get things like the people who just repost, Roblox stuff, or the ones who just say, "I'm going to pop this balloon in 10 minutes if I get 10 subscribers." Those sorts of things are just going to lose everything.
You mean like every tactic that guy uses that we know he uses constantly?
You know what? Can you see? The impact of proposed rules. YouTube are to prioritise and give a privileged position to traditional broadcasters like BBC, ITV and Channel 4. That's just so the government can turn around and go, oh, well, you watch YouTube, you've got to pay a tele licence, cough up.
Do you know, that might not be far away from the truth. I mean, if only the standard 5 channels in the UK had some kind of, some kind of massive box thing that they could have in everyone's living room that they have access to as soon as they press a button.
I say screw traditional media. They've dropped the ball that many times, they don't deserve a second chance. And they have. And the amount of times they've lied to everybody, they don't deserve the privilege that they think they are owed. They've had their time. Traditional media formats have had to adapt to survive. And if they can't do that, then that's tough titty. Yeah. That's on them.
I think part of the problem is they've got certain accounts that spew manipulative BS, and then they know they're spewing BS, but a lot of poor souls out there don't realise that they're spewing BS, and that's why they're trying to counteract it. But again, it's overreach.
Yourself.
Yeah,
I suppose when you're a young shaver, you don't know any better, and some people are that used to the lie, they don't want to. They'll hang on to it with tooth and nail and fight for it.
Yeah.
That's kind of disappointing, really. People really do let the side down. And, it's about time people woke up. There's a lot of people with their head in the sand. Ignorance is not bliss, especially when it's your future on the line. And on that note, I'm going to say thank you to everybody in the chat before I turn into swappers. Thank you, panel. Don't forget, there's Daryl available to watch next week's movie, even though I haven't announced it. By popular demand, I gave everybody a choice. Did we want another kiddie-related film we grew up with, which was Space Camp? And I put that up against Weird Science. And Weird Science won by 80%. So thank you to everybody who voted over on X for next week's movie, which will indeed be Weird Science, which has got a great theme tune from Oingo Boingo. But I can't actually play that because I'll get a copyright strike. How bizarre. Thanks, everybody. Catch